Nomads, it's Tanya. So for me, one of the best parts about travel is the food, and I've heard that Mexico City has some of the best food in the world. So today I'm going to share with you 2 street food experiences I had and 2 experiences I had at more expensive gourmet restaurants and let you know what I thought was best. So let's go. Buen dia, Nomads, it's Tanya, and this morning I got up extra early and I took an Uber from the historic city center of Mexico City to the area of Polanco, and right now I'm wandering around Lincoln Park, which is a park dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, and there's just a bunch of people here working out, walking dogs, riding bikes. It's a really beautiful day, a little cool but not cold, not hot, and this neighborhood is absolutely beautiful. I came here early because I was interested in checking out the tianguis, which is an Aztec word for a weekly street market. I heard good things about it, and I just did a lap around. It's very tight in there, but the food looks amazing. They're making meat fresh. I could see them like skinning chickens, and then there's a part with fruit, and all the fruit is very aromatic. You can smell the citrus of the pineapple and the oranges and the grapefruit, and it's just so beautiful. It's like, I love a farmer's market, so for me it's just a dream come true, and I don't know what I'm gonna have to eat. I know I only have a limited budget on what I could hold in my stomach without overdoing it, but I'm gonna try my best to get a taste of everything. I think this morning we're gonna do tacos and maybe get some fruit. So I got 2 tacos de barbacoa, which is my favorite, and I also got one with pancita in it, and they came with this soup. This like chickpea soup, but the best part is it all comes with really fresh, delicious toppings, which makes it so delicious. And that's very good. So one thing is for sure is my Spanish is not great, so I ended up getting way too much food, had no room for fruit. So while in Polanco, I went to a place called Dulce Patricia for lunch because I didn't need a reservation to get in, and a friend of a friend had recommended it. This place serves a gourmet twist on Mexican standards, and even though I got a menu in English, I still had issues determining what I was ordering, so I ended up getting guacamole as an appetizer, and I got soup as an entree, even though when I ordered it, I didn't know it was soup. The guacamole appetizer was served in a ceramic dish that looked like a skull, and it was served with chips and 4 different kinds of salsa that ranged from least spicy to most spicy. And I tried the least and most spicy ones first, but I actually found one of the medium salsas to be the most spicy. The second spiciest salsa is actually the spiciest to me. And it doesn't even burn my mouth. I can feel it burning my stomach, like inside. I think it's all the little seeds that's on top of it. They actually offered me a bib to wear with my soup entree, which I kind of opted out of because I thought it was strange and I wasn't sure if it was just for me, but I saw other people ordering soup who opted into the bib. I found that a little strange. So my meal was served with a surprise dessert that consisted of a few small sweet bites with different flavors. So the meal comes with these complimentary like petit fours, chocolate. Looks like it has like pepita on it. I don't know what this is. Some sort of candy. Salty, intense. This sounded like candy. It's like marzipan. That's really nice. Didn't hear what this is. It's like a gelatinous, somewhat savory. This candy's wrapped up. It looks like some kind of like leche quemada. That one's my favorite. It's good. So I was really impressed with the presentation of all my food at this restaurant. I really liked the dishes and the presentation of the guacamole with the skull, and I liked the way that they poured the broth of my soup when they came to the table, and I like how the surprise dessert came with a little chicken in the middle of the dish whose head bopped up and down. Overall, I didn't find the food to be as good as some of my other Mexico City experiences, and that could be because I didn't know what the best thing to order at that restaurant was. The next day, I explored the area of Coyoacan, and I indulged in some street food while I was there. The square here at Koyukon has a really beautiful cathedral that has this garden which is very peaceful, and you can hear birds chirping. After being in the hot sun all day and walking around, I'm really thirsty, and I decided to get a coconut to satiate my thirst. Nothing makes you feel less dehydrated than a coconut, and this one's huge, and it's fresh, and it was only 45 pesos, which is like $2. The only problem with getting a coconut water in a big old coconut is then you have to find a place to throw away the coconut, and there are not a lot of public trashes here, so that was a task. But I'm continuing my street food tour, and I got an elote with everything, mayo, butter, cheese. I didn't get chile because I don't want anything too spicy. That is so good. Did I mention this corn only cost me like $1 with everything on it? In New York, that would cost you like $10. I'm not really experimenting with my food today. I'm getting classic Mexican things that I know and love, including elote, coconut water, and I also got a paleta and a classic one, strawberry flavored. It's just water, sugar, and strawberry, and it's so delicious. I haven't really had one of these since I went to Miami, but before that, since I was a kid, maybe. So I'm back in my Airbnb. I took an Uber home from Koyukan, but there's one more food I wanted to share with you before the end of the day. It's not necessarily street food, it could be. I didn't find it on the street, I got it from a restaurant right next to where I'm staying in historic city center. And they had tamales and you could get them to go, so I got some to go. I got 4, they're huge. I'm probably not gonna eat them all today, but I got 4 different flavors. One is like chicken with mole sauce. There's chicken with verde sauce. There's rajas with queso. So I don't know what rajas is, but cheese with cheese. Queso is cheese, and then there's a sweet one. I've never had a sweet tamale before. So these are wrapped in a corn husk, And this one looks like it's wrapped in like a banana leaf or something. And the sweet one is this red one here that I'm gonna taste. It has raisins in it. It does have raisins in it. It's very strange tasting. I'm not used to my tamales being sweet, but it's good. It tastes sort of like this Catholic Mexican dessert I've had sometimes that has raisins in it and peanuts and bread. It's like a Mexican bread pudding. It's okay, not overly sweet. Now I'm gonna try this one, which I think this one's the rajas. I guess rajas is some sort of green thing. And then this one, this is the chicken and green sauce, verde. Very straightforward. That one's good. This is the mole one. So I can taste that chocolatey mole flavor and has beef. Although I thought it was supposed to be chicken. Very good. So this evening for dinner, I'm treating myself to a very nice dinner at a place called Pujo. It's considered by the Wall Street Journal to be the best restaurant in Mexico City. And it's ranked 25 in 2016 by Restaurant Magazine in the world and number 5 in Latin America. So, not too shabby. The menu came with 2 tasting menu options, one of which is sort of a vegetarian option and the other one which is like a seafood option, and I picked the seafood because everything sounded so delicious on the menu. Has a very fresh ceviche taste, and it's not even the ceviche dish. And then a little spice comes afterwards. Sharp spice, but it's not unbearable. It also came with tortillas. I love tortillas. Was very good, and there were a number of elements of the meal that I found really inventive and creative, which is something I look for in a meal like this. 2 things that really stood out for me were the leaf tortillas, which were basically a real leaf cooked into the masa of a tortilla, which looked really clean and stylish, but also has such an interesting flavor. I also found the knife work to be really impressive. One of my appetizers, my street food corn cake, came with these really teeny tiny pieces of tomato and produce that were cut so small into cubes. I was really impressed with that. I really enjoyed my meal at Pujo. I've been to a number of highly ranked expensive restaurants around the world, and for me, Pujo didn't fall near the top of the list of the best restaurants I've been to. So based on this limited experience I had with Mexico City food, I found the street food to be a better value in terms of taste versus price than the pricier gourmet food I had at the more expensive restaurants. So if you're traveling to Mexico City on a budget, you shouldn't feel like you're missing out if all you eat is street food while you were there. In fact, probably the best experience of the entire trip for me was sitting in Coyoacan, eating street food that I paid either $1 or $2 for, and just having a pure moment of bliss. So if you like this video and you want to see more of my Mexican travels and more of my travels after that, please hit subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when more videos are available. Until next time, bye!